Okay guys, here is my highlight collection. Clearly I have way too many, so why don't we go through and start paring things down. Some are highlights, some are highlighting powders, some are just glow powders. So let's dive right in. Right off the bat, I know that I don't use these glow drops. I know that I don't use my purple NYX, so we will pass those along. Don't mind this, this is my knee. I know I love this one. This is the Luminous Glow LA Girl Highlight. I absolutely adore this one. We will be keeping that one. The Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder. It looks like this is like a nice, just glowy powder. I love this one. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through and find ones that I absolutely cannot part with. This is my Becca Parisian Lights Pink and Gold kind of highlight. I love this one. I also am a big fan of all things French in Paris, so keeping that one. The Wet n Wild Gothographic Moon Tears highlight. I am keeping. This is beautiful. The Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean palette. I think this is so beautiful. I use these three highlights. I use this as a bronzer and blush, and I love this beautiful like mauve tone blush, so I'm keeping this. My Smashbox Petal Metal Prismatic Petal Highlight. It's broken, but it's the most beautiful pinky glow. I love this. Definitely keeping this one. You can kind of see it right here. Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick. This is in bronze. I think this is really pretty. In the summer, I like to just kind of swirl them. And I have like this nice, beautiful golden sheen. I will keep this one. NYX Illuminator, it's kind of peach. I rarely reach for orangey peach highlights. I'm going to pass on that one. Mally Glowing Goddess. This one is beautiful. I mean, look at this. Ready? Woo! I love that one. Keeping that. These Japanesque liquid bronzers or liquid illuminators I rarely reach for unless I want to use them on my body, which doesn't happen often. So I'm going to pass on this one. This one's too dark for me. This one I still think is beautiful. It's like this apricot peach shade, so I'm going to put that in that not sure pile. The Benefit High Beam, I just never reach for this one. It's like a nice pearly pink shade in a nail polish bottle. But I have so many other liquid highlights that are similar to that that I reach for more, so this is a pass for me. Alright, we have our Master Chromes. Do I have any more? Alright, so I have these two Master Chrome highlights. My favorite is definitely the pink one. The Molten Gold. Can I still wear this one? The Molten Gold is just a little too gold for me, so I am going to pass this one and hold on to the Rose Gold one. Alright, we have the Maybelline Liquid Highlights, which I am a big fan of. I think they're beautiful, but they are getting a little bit old. So there's the pink. It's pretty icy. The Gigi Hadid one is a bit more of like a duochrome pink one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that one's more of like an iridescent pinky one, which I prefer. And then the 300 is deep gold, which I think will probably be too deep for me now. Yeah, it's all crusty and dried up. So I'm going to pass on these two and keep the Gigi Hadid one. Next up, we have a few from Japanesque. I thought I had 3 total, but I think I already decluttered one of these. This one is 03 Rose Pearl and Golden Pearl. This one's a nice light highlight. I think it's really pretty, really soft. Great for pale skin. And then number 3, the rosy one, is also beautiful. So I'm going to hold on to, well, that one's going to be too dark for me, so I'm going to pass on this one and just keep the first one. This ColourPop one is Smoke and Whistles. Used to be one of my favorites. It's still beautiful, but it's very, very icy, and I don't really think it's for my skin tone anymore, so I'm going to pass along on this one. And then this Japanesque kind of ombre highlight is beautiful. You have like a gold side to a champagne. I'm going to keep this one. We have a few highlights here from Wet n Wild. We have their Gold Bar, which was limited edition, but it is back right now. We have Gold Bar right here, which is still really pretty. We have Blossom Glow, which is like a pinky shade. Also really pretty. We have Precious Petal, which looks like it has a little bit more peachy shade to it. Gorgeous. And this is one of their new ones from their Fire and Ice collection, Winter Falls, which is looking more blue. I thought it was more green, so I'm going to pass this one along. It's unfortunate. I just got it and I think I kept the wrong one. Essence Pure Nude is a beautiful all over glow powder. I'm keeping that one. My Stila, kind of like, what do they call these? These bounce highlights. They're beautiful. They're wet looking. I'm going to hold on to this one. Look at those. They're so reflective. Okay, we have another stick from Maybelline. We've got some sticks from Sephora. We have some liquid highlights here. Liquid highlights here. This is a Maybelline strobe stick. I think this is similar to that like icy pink one I had before. Yeah, it's like more icy. Not really my tone anymore. These from Sephora Luminizers to Go. That's a really nice shade. And this one, that one's pretty icy as well, so I'm going to pass on this one and keep this one. The Spotlight Primer from Physicians Formula I really enjoy. The Lorac Light Source Primer I've had for a little while, but it's this beautiful like iridescent pinky purple shade. And it still smells fine, so I think I'm going to hold on to this one as well. The Sleek Sunkissed looks very similar to the Alginist, so let's swatch these next to each other. So here is Sleek. There's the Sleek one, it's very icy, which I may like in the winter, but right now I'm just not feeling it. And here is the Alginist. The Alginist just has a touch more warmth, so I'm going to keep this one and get rid of the Sleek. And then we have the Cover FX Cover Drops in Moonlight. I think this is a really pretty color. I'm going to save that one. And the Cynthia Rowley Illuminator. Ooh. Looks like it's a little bit on the pinky side. But I already kept the Alginist one, so we will pass on these. Next up, we have the Becca Highlighter. This one is in Moonstone. I don't know, I'm just not blown away by the Becca highlights. I'm going to get rid of that one. We have the Tarte Exposed Highlighter, which is like a nice goldish shade. On the fence about that one. Lara Geller Gelato Highlight. This one is Gilded Honey, which everyone was raving about back when I first joined YouTube. That one's very gold, too gold for me, so I will be passing that one. I have another Lara Geller one. This one is Ballerina. It's a little bit more pinky tone. That one's beautiful. But I think that one's going to be too dark for my skin tone, so I will be passing on that one. Stila. This is the Kitten one, and it's a dual pan. So you've got like the light pinky shade on the one side, and then like the more rosy shade on the other, and both of these work for me, so I'm going to keep that one. Kevin Aquan, this is the Neo Highlight in Sahara. It's like really nice brownie tones. Brownie, that's not a word. So you've got like a bronzy tone, like a rosy tone, and a champagne. They're quite pretty, but they're probably a little too dark for me, so I am going to pass this one along. Physicians Formula Butter Highlights are really pretty, really soft. This is like the pinky tone one. It's like a white pink duochrome, and then this one is a strictly pink one, which I also really like. I'm going to keep both of those. The Wet n Wild and Fergie Highlight, which I believe was limited edition. I just still think this is so beautiful. It's like a gold with a hint of pink. I can't part with it. It's the Essence Strobing Highlight. This one just, it's just really pale, does really nothing for the skin. I'm gonna pass. Same with this Ulta Beauty Illuminator in Pink Diamond. It's pretty, but it's a little bit dusty and harder to work with. The Sulwhasoo Cushion Highlight is one of my all-time favorite highlights. It gives you that truly wet look and so easy to use. I'm keeping this one. This NYX Duochrome Blue Highlight I'm going to pass on. The MAC Skin Finish in Lightscapade is just like this beautiful I don't know, natural looking highlight. I'm going to keep this one. Laura Geller Baked Highlighter in French Vanilla. I use this as like an all over glow powder. I am keeping this. This is the Mally Effortlessly Airbrushed Highlighter. It's like an intense gold, but not too gold for me. I'm holding on to this one. Here we have two Wonder Highlighters from AOA Studio from the Shop Miss A website. So let's swatch these. It's like a pretty pinky shade, and this one is gold with like a hint of green or something, but I already have pink highlights that I like, so I'm going to pass on both of these. Next up, we have a couple of Milani highlights. We've got two palettes and one single. This one is Hypnotic Lights Luminous Lights number 2. That's really pretty. I like that. That's like an iridescent pink. These were very intense, but I don't remember loving them. Like, they're really, really intense, but I thought they were a bit on the chunky side. Yeah, these are just too much for me, so I'm going to pass on both of those. Keep this pink one. This Lorac Daylight Highlight I love. I'm going to hold on to this one. The Laura Geller Alanize Highlight. It's nice, but it's a little too deep for me. I'm going to pass this one. The the L'Oreal Lumi Shimmerista Powder. It's like the bluish one. I really like this one, but I like it mostly for like an inner corner highlight. It's just so stunning. I really have to hold on to this one because I've gotten rid of all of my other blue highlights. I need to keep one flash of blue, right? Right down here we have the Pixi by Petra Glowy Gossamer Duo in Subtle Sunrise. I like this one. I'm going to hold on to it. Here we have another one from Pixi. This is the Beauty Blush Duo Peach Honey. It says blush, but these shades are hardly blushes. So it's like a straight up gold and like a peachy sheen one. So they're right here. They're pretty. I guess I'll hold on to them. My e.l.f. Pinktastic blush, which looks more like a highlight to me than a blush. It's this beautiful goldy pink shade right here. Love that. It's an oldie but a goodie, holding on to that one. My Mary Luminizer, while it's a good highlight, I just never reach for it. Toss that one. Same with this one from Positions Formula. I really like the Positions Formula products. They're very, very soft. But I only really use one shade out of the pan, and it's just very bulky, so I'm going to pass on this one. The IBY highlight, I believe, was in a Ipsy bag or something of that nature. It's just not the right tone for me. It's got too much tan, too much bronze. I'm going to pass that one. It Cosmetics Hello Light Highlight. This one is beautiful. Similar to the Lorac one, I am keeping this one. And finally, we have two palettes that I know I'm going to be keeping because they're newer additions to my collection and I adore them. I love this pale gold shade in this CoverGirl palette, and I love all 3 shades in this Mally palette. We have a cream and 2 powders, so I will be keeping that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this highlight declutter video. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.